G'day, it's Kirby, founder of Business Growth Co, and I'm here again to talk to you about 5 things that your website absolutely must have today. Now, in a lot of cases, when I look at our clients' websites, they are a little bit average, and they don't necessarily do the best job of telling the story of the brand or the person, and they're missing out on really easy opportunities to leverage the visitation of that website to get more leads, more clients, more profit for the business. So I want to give you 5 things that you can do, and you may already have some of these, but allow this to be a refresher to go back and just check some of these things on your website so that you can make sure you're optimized to get the best result possible. In fact, I've even got a bonus 6 tip that I haven't put on here, so hang around for that one. Now, the first thing is that you must have an opt-in form on your website above the fold. Now, what above the fold means is that people don't have to scroll in order to see the opt-in form. And it's the best way to do this is to have something of value to your client that they would need to help them to solve their problems or to allow them to move forward with the problem that they have, that you solve, without them having to spend any money with you. And it's a low-risk introduction to you and your brand and your business and how you can help them without them needing to pick up the phone and talk to you. So make sure you've got that in the first part of your page above the fold so they don't have to scroll. Same on mobile device as well. Just make sure you check it on your mobile device. Have an opt-in form. Now, what that should provide them with is up to you. It could be a webinar, it could be a video just like this one. It could be an ebook, it could be a checklist, it could be a cheat sheet, it could be a blueprint. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that it must solve their problem in a progressive way that leads them one step closer to having a conversation with you at some stage down the track, or engaging with you more on other platforms outside of your website, i.e. social media. That's the first thing. The second thing that we need to make sure of is that you have some sort of tracking installed on your website. And this is an absolute killer for business right now in an era where Facebook ads are still extremely affordable at the time of recording this. So few have tracking on their website. Now, by tracking, what I'm talking about is Facebook Pixel. And the reason you need a Facebook Pixel on all of your pages and landing pages is so that Facebook can then build some custom audiences for you. The benefit of having custom audiences is that you can run an advert to a specific group of people who have already visited your website or visited a specific page on your website, therefore driving down your cost per click or engagement because they're already familiar with you, and increasing your brand presence and brand awareness across social media platforms as well. Now, if you install Facebook Pixel and you then build custom audiences, surely you're going to have a better chance of getting in front of the right people, and everyone wants to save money on their marketing, and I know you probably do too. The third thing that you need to be having a look at is we have to make sure you have some form of social proof on your website. Now, what do I mean by social proof? I mean testimonials, I mean case studies, I mean results. People want to know that when they deal with you, when they opt into your website for a specific giveaway or bonus, that they have social proof to say that you've done this before, you've got the results for somebody before. If you're in the services space, if you're a coach, a consultant, an author, a speaker, this is more important than ever nowadays because the market is absolutely saturated with entrepreneurs. And if you're an entrepreneur, you need to make sure that you get your message across and your result across to the marketplace so they know that they can trust you and that it builds authority in what you've done in your marketplace. Now, social proof can take many forms. You might have a video testimonial, you might have a written testimonial, but I've got to say nowadays, videos is where it's at. So if you've got clients already that you've got great results with, get a camera, get your iPhone. I mean, your iPhone camera is brilliant nowadays. Put it on a tripod, get a little microphone for 30 bucks or so, just like this one here. This one wasn't 30 bucks, but get one for 30 bucks on Amazon. Get in front of your client and ask them some questions from behind the camera and use that as your social proof. It's so important nowadays. And I see so many people don't have that. So if you don't have it, use this as the impetus that you need, use this as the motivation that you need to get out there and get your social proof happening on your website. So that when people land on your page, they're getting extra value and building trust towards you. The fourth thing that we need to do is we need to know who you are. Like, what do you stand for? What are your beliefs? What are your values? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because again, in a market that is oversaturated in every industry now, and with the barrier to entry for business being so low, where you can literally spend $5 on Facebook adverts and get some leads and get in front of an audience, it's more important than ever to authentically connect to your audience. And the way that you do that is by showing them who you are. You know, if you look back on my social media journey or any of these videos, you see there's videos where I cry, there's videos where I'm laughing, there's videos where I'm using profanities. It is who I am, and I'm showing all of who I am and all sides of who I am, the good sides of the journey, the bad sides of the journey, the things that don't go so well, so that people know who I am, because that's what people buy. So on your website right now, if I was to click on there, would I see who you are? Would I be able to easily distinguish whether we fit? Whether you and I are a good match? Have a look at that on your website. The fifth thing is people have to get in touch with you. So many times I see pages with no contact information or not easy to find the contact information. Like, how simple is it if I go to your website to get in touch with you? Is it easy for me to find your social media icons so I can get to your Facebook and your Instagram or your LinkedIn? Is it easy for me to see that I can email you or email your team or get in touch about something? If it's not, then we need to fix that. And I would encourage you to make sure you've got all of these on the first page of your website if possible, so that it's very simple for people to navigate onto the site. Because remember, most people are getting on there and they're jumping off pretty quick, because nowadays most people are looking on a mobile device or an iPad or a tablet, and they're not spending as long as they used to on websites. In fact, back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, people would spend on average of 6 or 7 minutes per website. Nowadays, that average is around 30 seconds. So unless you're really capturing the attention of your market, you're going to miss out. And that's why it's even more important to make sure you've got these tracking items in place, whether that's Google Analytics or Facebook Pixel, so that you can then retarget those people and get more information in front of the people who want to interact with you. Now, the final one that I mentioned, the bonus item, all of this is great, but as I mentioned, so many people are looking at this on mobile devices. And there are so many websites still that are not mobile ready. So just double check on your websites that it converts well on a mobile device. Test it. And if it's not working, speak to somebody or download a template for WordPress or Wix or whatever it is that you're using for your website, and make sure it looks good on a mobile device, because a mass proportion of the market now are looking at you on a mobile. And if it doesn't look good, they're going to bounce. And we want to keep them on the page so that they feel like they want to opt in, so that we can track them, so that they get a chance to consume the social proof, that they get a chance to understand who you are, and more importantly, they get a chance to contact you, whether that's across social media and following you, or getting in touch with you via email. I hope that's been helpful for you. I will see you in the next video. If you've got any questions at all, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you soon.